W's in the chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tommy G just dropped inside South Dakota most dangerous hood.
Rapid City police are on the lookout for several suspects following 5 shootings in the last week.
In the last few years, the Rapid City Police Department has seen an uptick in violent crimes.
Dude basically said, hey, I'm coming back. I'm shooting up this whole show. I had to pick my brother up after he got shot, you know?
I never planned to be 50 years old ever. I thought I would be passed away way before that, you know?
My daughter, you know, supposedly she was accidentally shot by another guy there with a gun.
South Dakota, bro.
At first you might guess that South Dakota is a very safe place.
Yeah.
And that's up for debate. Nationally, it's actually ranked somewhere in the middle, and it's more dangerous than states like Kentucky, Florida, and Illinois. Now, for most South Dakota citizens, it is reasonably safe, but if you are a Native American man, it's a different story altogether. You see, Rapid City is South Dakota's most dangerous city, and Pine Ridge is the most dangerous reservation. And together, these two share kind of a strange relationship. It's kind of like Chicago and Rockford, where you have gangsters going back and forth to flee from the law. And in Rapid City, shooting has been on the rise, and most of it is tied to Native gang activity. And here's another interesting fact about South Dakota. It is arguably the most incarcerated state in the country. Some estimates say that up to 7 out of 10 Native men will serve at least once in jail or prison. And although Natives make up only 9% of the state population, they make up nearly half of the prison and jail population. To investigate this further, we head to Rapid City and we dig into the trends of violence and incarceration. We meet with guys like Eric, a man who has served decades in prison and now is out advocating to stop the cycle. Vinny, a local rapper whose brother was killed at one of his recent shows. And of course, to really get into the mud, we make a stop at a local trap house. Join us as we go boots on the ground in South Dakota.
Quick announcement, folks. New shirt dropped on the site. Low key in the front. When I see these young men, I see potential in them. I see something that they could become, and I see the gang lifestyle is mostly just taken away from what they could become. What needs to happen for kids to grow up in an area like this to say,
got
I want to be
every
an
time,
engineer
bro.
or a doctor, I want to run my own landscape business,
right now.
rather than
From
I want to
two.
shoot somebody that's a lot like me that just happens to live in a slightly different part of my neighborhood. I don't know if we'll ever find that answer, but that's part of the discovery that we're on this channel. We're going to dive into the most dangerous city in South Dakota. Buckle up, it's gonna be a ride. Tell us where we are right now.
We in Dakota Homes right now, this deep north, you know what I'm saying? Deep north side. It's a little dilapidated, etc., but there's a lot of love in the area, you know what I'm saying?
The ghettoest part of town right here, man.
Yeah?
It's own little world over here, you know? Because it's like, even though we're so close to everything else, you can go right down the street and see business districts and shit like that. It's its own entity over here, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so what goes down around here?
Drugs, you know what I'm saying? A lot of, and the dealings that come with that.
Is it pending?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? As far as robberies, as far as, you know what I'm saying, killings over a little bullshit, you know, an ounce of weed and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Somebody die over it, so it's like.
Do you guys know someone that have died over an ounce of weed?
There's a quad, bro.
Yes.
Over an ounce of weed?
7 grams.
It wasn't even an
grams,
ounce, it was a couple.
A quad,
it was like
dude?
5
Did you guys
Yeah.
call it a quad around here?
Yeah. Yeah.
I picked up many of quads in my day. Never have I ever thought about I was gonna die over it.
Dude didn't expect that night either, you know what I'm saying? I went to prison for possession of marijuana. It was my first charge I've ever caught in my life. The judge was just a little hard on me, you know?
How long did you serve for marijuana?
He gave me 6 years and suspended 5 of it. So I only
6 years?
Yes, for possession of
how much
marijuana.
marijuana
So he did a year.
It was a pound, you know what I'm saying? So my charge was possession of 1 to 10 pounds. So it didn't matter if I had 1 pound or 9.5.
Was that technically a felony then?
Yes, it is. At the time, that was a different time in my life.
6
And
years
I
is
was, you know,
upset, bro.
playing loud music, drinking, driving,
what?
doing the most, you know? And I was, you know, playing loud music, drinking, driving, doing the most, you know, being sloppy with it.
So you got pulled over in a DWI type of situation, and then they searched the car for weed?
They smelled weed immediately. I just, like I said,
Were you chiefing it big time?
Yeah, I was smoking when they pulled me over. I try to play it off. I try to give them my blunt piece and be like, this is all I have, sir, you know? They weren't going for that though, so.
Did that seem absurd that you could be put in a cage for weed?
Yes, sir. Dude, it changed the course of my life. You know, I had a very practical outlook on life in general. I was a real normal kid. I played sports. I wanted to be a nurse. You know, so it's like that.
Can you no longer work for a hospital now?
No, I couldn't get a job in Walmart once I got out of prison.
You can't even get a job in Walmart?
No.
Yeah, that is one particular thing they need to fix in America, bro. After being incarcerated, it's hard for you to get a job. It's very hard for you to get a job. But you can get a job at Cumberland Farms and all these gas stations because they get a tax write-off. And if the person incarcerated or the person who went to jail, the inmate, steal from your shop, you get paid back by the city. I don't know if that law works in every state, but it actually works in Massachusetts. So when per every inmate or every person that got out of jail that you employ, that is Cumberland Farm, you get $1,200 tax write-off every year. So when you go to Cumberland, mostly you can find people who have been incarcerated there. That is one particular law they should fix. Like, you know, I know that there are like things, measures put in place for people to help them write a resume, to help them get driver's license. Some of them even lost their driver's license, lost their social security. Some of them go to jail more than 5 years, which is like the standard license get expired within like 5 years. And you know, all these things will take like time for them to adjust in the city. So it is very much per statistics. I've checked for the last time. Per every 7 people they release from jail, 1 person goes back. That is the statistics. So out of every 100 people they release from jail, 75 people go back to jail because they can adjust to the society, because they don't get employed, because they can't do anything. So they have to go steal, they have to go commit, they have to go sell drugs. That will take them back to jail, bro. So there should be like a flexibility in the law. At least so far as you've been incarcerated doesn't mean you are dead.
I was trying to show my little brother a different way, you know, like the lifestyle that we had got into, it was based off circumstance. And that's my history in Rapid City, essentially. A lot of people know me out here for like sports and stuff, but like
What'd you play?
I played football, basketball, I ran track, you know.
We head next to I Am Legacy, an organization focused on empowering Native people and helping ex-cons rebuild their lives. Founder Eric Brainswhite invited us to a roundtable discussion led by former inmates to tackle the tough issue of incarceration among Native men.
Like you can't tell by looking at me or anything, you know, but I used to do the gang thing. And
if I was a Hollywood movie director looking for the role of like scary guy in the cell, you'd be like, oh, this is the guy we want, for sure.
Yeah. I left everything I've ever known in my life that I was good at and entered a life where I didn't know anything. I changed. Yeah, I never planned to be 50 years old ever. I thought I would be pass away way before that, you know. The younger you experience these violent things, it increases the likelihood of you repeating them in this community. That's why we focus on the youth. One of the things that to help
show me a match, bro.
Kind of
show me a match.
Their aggression a little bit.
Yeah.
So you come in here, tire them out a little bit, put them on the weight, healthy choices, healthy options. We also do drug court. This is where we offer AA, NA, things like that in here. And we know about that life. We've been there. That's why we care. And there is a way out. We found it, and that's all we're trying to show these young brothers.
I see your shirt, Healing with Conviction. What does that mean to you?
That I'm coming with the truth. You know, I've lived it, been there, done that, and went through a lot of the struggles here. So I'm trying to heal with that conviction, and also with, you know, me being incarcerated as well.
Is that a nice
I was 18 years old. I shot at some people here in town, and at age 18, I was sentenced to 12 years in the South Dakota State Penitentiary. They shot at my family. Drove around, looked for them, found them, and 4th of July, 1996, I retaliated.
You have the most gangster hello tattoo I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, so
Can you tell me about that?
So I have a special needs daughter.
Okay.
So a lot of this is for her, you know. So like I have the wheelchair there for her. She loves Mickey Mouse. The don't count the days, make the days count. When we found out that she has a rare brain disorder, they told us she wouldn't see her first birthday. So we marked the date when we were told that. And
that was in 2011?
Yeah, grateful today she's 13. My first son, I wasn't there, incarcerated. I missed his birth, and you know, just wasn't in the relationship, you know, there. And we meet my wife, and with Alejandra, our daughter with special needs, I learned to embrace that, you know, I needed to fully protect her. For me, quitting drinking is what helped, to be able to get up if she's having seizures, to be able to get up, you know, at a drop of a hat, to assist her or assist my wife in her cares.
For me, it was the murder of my brother. He was down there at the Teddy Sports Bar and he was shot and killed. Calling me and asking me to come hang out with him at the bar, and I went down there to go see what he was doing. And as I was walking towards him, I heard a gunshot go off, and then my cousins told me it was my brother, my little brother, and it's just, ever since then, after the past 3 years, I've just been getting incarcerated in and out of jail. I'm using my past as a tool to help better these children. Adults can't teach old dog new tricks, but we can save these kids. And by saving these kids, we can save this community.
Did about 18 years in prison.
That's a long
18
time.
years?
I grew up in Dakota homes, in the hood out here. It was kind of almost like an expectation at some point. You know, hey, you might end up going to prison. You know, from our neighborhood is drug and alcohol related. Every single felony, every
years,
single charge.
bro.
So non-violent offense.
Non-violent, all non-violent. I'm a 9-time felon.
What brings you here?
I'm the youth navigator now.
How'd you get here though?
In 6th grade, I got in some trouble at school. You know, Eric used to be the diversion coordinator here in Pennington County, so I was his first ever youth to go to Legacy.
What'd you get into as a 6th grader?
A fight. This little kid called me a name, and I have gay uncles. It was a gay slur.
I think I can guess what you're thinking of.
Yeah, and I reached in my locker to grab my backpack, and he slammed the locker door closed on my hand. I reached up with my left hand and I slammed his face against the locker, and I grabbed him up by his backpack straps and threw him across the hallway. I started kicking him while he was on the ground, and that's how I met Eric, and I've been coming back ever since. I was like 11 or 12.
Now he's 16.
Bro, that was 5 years ago. You know, you guys should keep doing what you are doing, bro. The legacy community.
What's happening, bro?
W's in the check for the legacy community, bro. I want to see some W's in the check for them.
Yeah, we legacy. We're deep up there, the homies.
Yeah.
We
I
got
respect it.
everybody from every clique in town.
I respect that for sure, because there's a lot of people that, you know what I'm saying, older folks that lead the youth astray.
I feel you, bro.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like they don't know no better when they're that young.
Nah,
like,
man.
we grow up in the shit we see, like we think it's normal, you feel me? Then you grow up and you have your own mind now, and it's
you know
like,
what? I want you guys to know how important you are to our people, man.
Word.
We don't need you wasting your lives on dumb shit, man.
Word.
You know what I mean? Don't get caught up doing dumb shit, man. But statistics say.
Put your time into that.
Absolutely, man.
Yes,
right there.
Yeah,
right there, man.
What does that mean?
For your sacrifice.
Hey, tell them what it means.
Tell them what that means.
No, it's from Sundance.
Ceremony.
Hold on, where you put the
Piercing.
Yep.
Sundance ceremony is basically a women appreciation ceremony. We're showing appreciation to the women because the women get their blood every month in that Queens of Slate. That's our way of cleaning slate. Even going into EDP stands for a sweat lodge.
Bro, why is bro hiding his identity after showing us a mark on his chest, bro? People who know you knows you are in the video. It's you, bro. Come on. You have shown us an identity on your chest, like a trademark on your chest, which is like a scar or something, and you are hiding your face, hiding behind a voice. Bro, come on.
You go in there and pray. You're going in there to be cleansed, you know? Cleanse what you be doing out here. You know, all those gangs and drugs out here, because there's not much opportunities for youth out here.
That is another factor.
You, bro.
Oh, this is my little brother.
Is it?
He passed away in 2022.
I heard about that, bro.
Yeah,
Sorry, man.
He passed away in 2022 due to gun violence. That was our first show we ever were gonna have in Eagle Butte. It was gonna be a great turnout, you know. There was nothing but unchies and kids out there. There's free food, you know. Like, you never really see like 50 people out there for the openers, but that first person I was out there, there's like 50 plus people showing love, you know. We were gonna go on last, and there was a boy that was threatening to shoot the show months before, and we didn't really take it serious, you know.
Is that shooting?
We didn't even reply to his threats or anything like that, but it came down to the day of the show. 90-degree weather, and he's in the crowd with the same bag on that he's showing his gun on Snapchat every day, and with a mask on in 90-degree weather, you know. So I came and I tried to speak with him because I know what he was saying, and when I came and tried to talk to him, he got real abrasive and was like, "Why are you trying to check me? Get away from me," boom. And I'm like, "Look, man," and I grabbed his bag and I pulled it to me. I felt his gun and I said, "What are you doing here? Why are you here?" But he's like, "Just get off me, get away from my bag." I don't want to freak everybody out and be like, "Hey, he got a gun." So whenever the security comes up to me, I say, "Hey man, he has a gun." He's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, I felt it." So he tried to escort dude away. Dude basically said, "Hey, I'm coming back. I'm shooting up this whole show." I look around, like I said, there's nothing but elders and kids, you know. My family's coming all the way from Colorado to come see us. I'm like, we got to do something. And that's what the dude asked. He's like, please stop him. There's police around there and everything. The police didn't do shit. I had to pick my brother up after he got shot, you know. That's another just testament as far as where we don't really rely on the police, you know. That's vigilantes. Like the definition of a vigilante is somebody that gets justice by their own means, but while not involved in the law. And it's that bottom line that they don't look out for us. They say they're supposed to protect and serve. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when my brother got killed, I had to pick him up. I had to everything, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
You need to come see us, man, because I got some opportunities for you, man.
Yeah?
Hey, I lost my little brother, too. He got shot and killed down at the Teddy Sports Bar.
Oh, word. Hey, bro.
Yeah,
hey, rest his soul, bro. That's what I'm saying. That shit like that rocks the city.
Hey, this happened to every generation, though. When I was a youngster, my best homie got shot in the face at my house right up the hill right here, man.
Word.
In the hood, you know, it changed us forever, man.
So police will come through here, etc., but they're not too quick to. It's in a suburban area on the west side or something. Something goes down, they're there like that.
Why do you think that is?
Because we're disposable.
You know what I'm saying?
All we get is each other.
Is it Rapid City PD or native police that is in this area?
Rapid City, there ain't no natives on the RP.
There's no natives on the Rapid City police force? What percentage of the city is native?
At least a quarter.
Yeah.
You can't be in the position where someone abuses it with their power, and you can't be in the position where you abuse someone with the power that you're given. Because you can be kind, but never try to be submissive. And you can be strong, but you can never be cruel.
We have a present
That's a
for
nice
you.
word, bro.
Big dog's got to eat.
Yes, sir.
You know yes, sir. Welcome to my gang. You know what I mean?
Hey, yes, sir. I was born with, but that's another story for the poor kids who always wanted some Jordans. Mamas couldn't afford them. Now they out there on the corner with drama from law enforcement. I could tell you about the horrors of wishing he was aborted. But since this life is a game, you ain't finna see me forfeit. I'm winning till I can't play, but even then I be scoring. There's some shit that's more important than them hoes that's gonna be swarming once they find out you recorded. Where are
that a real chain, by the way? Your brother, is that a real chain? You know, mass shooting in America is on another whole level, bro. I've checked the statistics for mass shooting, and as at August, the end of August, we have 527 mass shooting, bro. And just, was it this week or last week? We have like the Ohio, is it Oklahoma or Ohio shooting? The 14-year-old shooting, the kid who shot like other 14-year-old in the school, that mass shooting. Bro, like, I don't know why, like, this is common. I was asked in class today that, yo, how is gun in your country? Like, I literally see, it's hard for me to see gun in my country, bro. For me, 100% of my life, truthfully, the only gun I saw was my grandfather's gun. Like, it was some long-ass gun you need to dig in. Look, it was some long-ass crazy gun. Apart from that, any gun I will see is from like the police, the law enforcement, the military walking by with like gun, and that's all I see, bro. I've never seen anybody holding like pistol, like AKs, AR-15s. I've never seen none of that, bro. None of that. I've never seen any of that before. But it's common in America. According to study, is it the Second Amendment? Every militia can own a gun. And you know who the fuck militia is? Militia is anybody that is 14. Is it 14 or 18? So anybody at the age of 14 or 18, I think it's 18, can own a gun and defend his home, bro. When we talk about like having gun regulations are not actually like the main issues or the main things per se, but like there are more to it. There is like more to it, bro. There are like some small laws, like sub-laws, like some small laws that need to be amended. They need to be changed. We need a lot of change in this country, bro. I want to claim America as my country because I love America. I love being American. It would be nice me being American, bro.
Some hoes before then, huh?
And we have like 76 school shooting. Us at August. 76.
Come up to a grief meeting for moms that have lost sons to the street, I presume.
This is gonna be kind of a tough conversation. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you doing?
Good.
So we're covering sort of the streets, the gang life, and also just gun violence at a young age. What have you seen as a mom in Rapid City?
I've seen a lot of violence and a lot of killings.
gang
not so
leader!
much when I was growing up, there was, you know, here and there, nothing like today.
You think it's worse now?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
There wasn't as much guns back when we were growing up at all. You know, everybody has a gun these days.
Are the guns in South Dakota in the hood, are a lot of them legal or illegal guns? You guys know?
Illegal.
Both.
Yeah, well now they've made it easier to get guns, so, you know, both, yeah, I would say.
I guess, so what, are there any stories that can illustrate, you know, what you've seen or what you've heard in the area that talk about gun violence and things
both
like
of my children died from a gun. My son always had a gun. My older son, he always carried a gun. He's not anymore. He's 31 and a dad now.
What brought him out of the gang life?
His kids.
Now, gangs can be really attractive for a young man, right? Why do you think that is? And do you think it actually...
Yeah, I think because they need protection. Like, people feel like they need protection, and when they join a gang, it feels like they are gangsters. Like, they are more recognized in the community. They have people looking out for them. Bro, I keep saying this in most of my videos, that once you join a gang, it is currently, what's the time? Let me check the time. 1:45 a.m. As at 1:45 a.m. this time, I can walk from here to like Cumberland. Cumberland is like 3-4 miles from here. I can walk there. I'm not any gang affiliated. I'm not like, bro, I'm not in anything. I can literally walk there. They'll just seem like this random dude. This guy is, even if I walk through a gang city, like a gang neighborhood, the worst they'll do is rob me. That's the worst they'll do. Or trying to verify if I'm in another group, another gang or something. Trying to be like if I'm a spy or something. That's all they'll verify. But once you join the gang, gang A, you have become an enemy, an ally to gang B, C to Z. Let me zoom in so that you can hear what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, once you join a gang, you are basically an enemy to other gangs. So the main purpose of you joining the gang is to get protection. You are no longer getting protection. You are rather out there. You are rather a threat to other people because they see you hanging out with gang A. You can never hang out with gang B. That is why Tommy G, these people goes out there and don't pick side. They do their work and go back. We have gangs, like we have people that like they go, like Brandon like this. Brandon goes place to interview people. Like Brandon will equally interview people, and the people have like their gang is like justice motivated. Like the motivation behind the gang is actually high in such a way that you feel like you want to join. But can you tell me that if Tommy G, I don't want to mention any gang's name. So if Tommy G is gang A, can Tommy G go interview gang B? He can't do that. And if Tommy G goes to gang B, whatever gang B says, that is what Tommy G will put out there. Even me, it's not even a gang. I had an interview with someone. We had a very good conversation, like a very great conversation. I edited this whole thing, put it like it was a nice video. That could be like a video I can get like I can go viral on because the content in the video is actually great. I sent the video to the person. Like I uploaded it on YouTube, unlisted though. And I sent him the link to watch. And he was like, bro, you need to take this out and you need to blend this. You need to do this, that. Bro. And once I did the whole thing, like the whole blurring, the whole editing and thing, I feel like it wasn't the content anymore. Because I feel like if there are some things you don't want to talk about, you can equally just shut up. Because I didn't force you to talk about those things. So all I'm saying is, If you're watching this and you are young, you are in high school, you want to join a gang because you want to roll, you want to have a gun, you end up in jail, bro. Just imagine me being from Africa and I made it all the way to America, bro. I don't have to say everything because I grew up in hardship. Like, I grew up in a situation where even rent, we have to stay in the place. We have to stay in the house and later pay rent because the people saw us as the people saw us as, yo, we need to help these people. In Africa, we don't have food stamps. We don't have all those things. Like, I will be a guy that grew up from food stamps. You understand? And I made it, bro. I made it out of the hood. I'm in the United States. I'm going to a college in the United, even if it's not like the #1 college in the United States, bro. You know how many people from Africa, from Ghana, who want to go to like a foreign country or even an African country and go to school there or just go there and work or something? And I've been privileged enough, bro. I've been privileged enough to make it out of the hood and come here, bro. Since I came here, my parents haven't gotten me shit. They have not paid a single bill. I get money from TikTok. Like, I just do like my side hustles and get some more money from that side and use it to pay my bills. I won't be the guy that wants to live the lavish lifestyle. I want to go buy Gucci because I have $500. I want to go buy Gucci because I want to prove a point on the internet. They want to know, yeah, I'm a gang man. I won't prove that point because I know I have to leave, bro. I'm surviving right now. I won't prove those points. If I get $5,000 right now, I can schedule $2,000 for my fees, which is like my school fees for like 1K every month. Then the next month 1K. Pay my rent. Though there are a lot of people living in an apartment complex, a studio, a 1-bedroom, a condo, and all. Bro, I had a four fucking bedroom house, and I rented a single bedroom. This is all I have. That is all I have in this room. My bed and my desk with my setup, with my TV. That's all. When I go to school and I come back, I can't react, I can't stream, I do what I have to do. And it is what it is, bro. Nobody cares. That's what makes me happy. I post and get 2 views in 4 days. But I still post. It was just last month. Videos I've uploaded in January are now getting 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 views. All I'm saying is, don't be like an scapegoat, bro. Who has ever joined a gang and came back with a positive annotation saying, oh yeah, I joined a gang, I got this out of it, that out of it. Everyone joined a gang because they want protection. And how does it end? I'm leaving you on this note. I'm getting too emotional and too deeply into my personal stuff, which I don't usually do because all the time I'm quiet. Do you know I have social anxiety? I have this. Do you know how I got those stuff? Because I had low self-esteem growing up, bro. I had low self-esteem because I grew up in like zero of the negative, bro. We literally have to go back and eat. Like, I'm not making this shit up, bro. There is no way I'll make this because I've not even make it. I've not even blown on YouTube. I've not even made it in life. But like, we literally go borrow money from my mom's big sister. Use it. We can even borrow, like, let's say we borrow like $200. Then my dad's salary is like $80. When the $80 comes, he will deposit all the $80 to this lady. We still owe $120, but this lady will still give us more. Do you understand what I mean? So, and I've not joined any gang. I've never been any gang affiliated to get protection to be able to sell drugs. I've never done none of those, bro. Never done none of those. I believe in hard work.
It brings any benefit to their life.
I have my oldest son who I kept in every sport available. He didn't have time to do any of that stuff. But as soon as he hit high school, and that attraction was just immediate. You know, he started
high school, bro.
School and then running, getting
And
in trouble.
my high school, I went to a single sex school, boys school, bro.
He was kind of, you know, I moved to Mitchell, moved all my kids there. They gradually came back here. They didn't like it there. So he was around it all the time. And to me, it seems like he kind of just, you know, he still got in his fights and ran around, but, you know, he wasn't kept from it like I did with my older son. And I feel like he kind of, you know, kept himself out of trouble. Although, you know, ultimately he died from suicide. And then also my daughter, you know, I probably never know the real true story there, but you know, supposedly she was accidentally shot by another guy there with a gun.
I feel like teenagers, when they want to get into trouble, they find a way to do it.
Right.
Even if you have strict parents. I know firsthand, I had the strict parents of my friend group, and we still found ways to get into trouble. But do you think gangs offer anything positive? Because to me, when I look at it, it just seems like when you sign up for that lifestyle, you're pretty much signing up for incarceration or death, or you might be rich at certain points when you make a play, but for the most part, you're going to keep losing that and have setbacks. Did you think it brought anything positive to your son's life?
No, and he had a good home life. You know, he had me. He didn't actually have his biological father in his life much, but once I got married, he had, you know, a stepdad, and he did not have a family home life.
I know, like, if you ask like hardcore Republicans, they'll say like the reason gangs happen is the absence of fathers in the household. What do you think about that?
Well, I was lucky enough to have a dad. Like I said, my older kids, their dad was never really around. I know it makes a difference, obviously, but it seems just to be so common now that I don't think most of us that have grown up on the north side really give it much of a thought. I mean, I can't speak for anybody else.
I've not recorded a video, bro. I have not recorded a video.
Some of them with shiesties on. What kind of advice would you give to them as they're pursuing some of their options in life?
Well, you know, and I've gotten to have a lot of good relationships with a lot of my kids as their friends since they passed away. I see things a lot differently now. I mean, I would give anything to have my kids back, and, you know, obviously I would never wish this on anybody, but I do think it's humbled me in a way that I can relate to them more. I understand them more. I think a lot of them feel comfortable talking to me, and I think they, you know, feel better talking with me just because they feel closer to CJ, because my son, you know, I had a lot of friends, and I would just, you know, tell them to set an example for my kids that are here, and let them see what they can do it themselves, you know, because that would make them very proud.
Is there high poverty rates in Rapid City?
Yes, definitely.
High. Okay, because I think that's one of the magic questions. How do you bring economic opportunities back to an area like this? We've had so many jobs in this country go overseas and never come back. So, like, to me, that's the thing, is like, how do you reverse the wheel that is spinning?
I think Kenny is a good one for this question. He owns this business, and he's hired several people. And he might have some input on that, just because he's given people multiple chances and still does.
I was, I guess, one of the lucky ones out of the whole group of guys I was with. I mean, I was considered one of the original TBC guys. And
that's one of the most notorious gangs in the north side?
Yeah.
TBZ is slang for the boys, and this is the name of one of the most feared native gangs in the country. And with roots that run deep in South Dakota and Minnesota, TBZ has both power in the streets and the penitentiary. Captain Tony Harrison, chief investigator for Pennington County Sheriff's Office in Rapid City, says that he has seen photos of toddlers dressed in gang attire, and that it's not uncommon to see boys as young as 8 and 10 throwing up gang signs. Eric and Kenny were among the founding members of TBZ decades ago, but against all odds, both are now leading lives that give back, and they use their lessons of their dark past to try and create a hopeful future for the youth.
So you got, yeah. So you got my brother, and there were several of us. It started out with like over a dozen of us. Out of all of, I mean, almost every one of them went to prison but me.
How did you avoid prison?
Well, I think, you know, one of the things that stuck in my head around that time was my mom. My mom started going to meetings. She started going to AA meetings. And at that time, I used to look at her like, oh man, she must be really messed up. She's got to go to meetings. She's got to do extra things to stay sober. And my whole thing was backwards. That was when I was in my drinking time too. And for me, it was like, that was one of the things I came back to when I did sober up. And it was getting in a relationship at that time that helped me kind of come out of that rut. And then kids, that was the other thing. And that kind of opened my eyes up to my drinking and my drugging. And one thing led to another. And next thing you know, I've been doing this for over 30 years. And that's what keeps me motivated, is my work. And throughout all that whole time, I've stumbled a few times. I went back out there and tried it again. That lasted a short time, but I knew what was better at that time. I guess that's the core of it for me, is getting some kind of a structure in your life to go to, your positive. And for me, it's meetings, my business, my relationships. You know, today it's better, but it took me a long time to get to this point.
It's amazing how many times it can take doing the same shit over and over to learn the lesson properly.
Yeah.
W's to the chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You take things you like these videos right there. Make sure you check them out. Talk to you in another one.